What's up, everyone? This is Forgo, and today we have Hotaru, who I already have because I was only one summon away from the pity, and I was only one summon away from the card pity, so I do have her card, and I do have her, but I want to go into the summons. That way we can take a look at all of her skills and all of her cores and all of their glory maxed out to see what she has to offer. Now, the first thing you're going to notice about this character is she is a fest character, and she is a purple defensive fighter. Now, this kind of sucks in a way because you need a purple defensive team for reviving Hell's Dungeon. So depending on the situation that you're in the game, really is going to depend on whether or not you're going to want this character. Because right now we already have Nameless, Summer Night Vice, and Lady Kim, who are all purple defensive fighters who all happen to be fest characters. So if you're already working on those three characters, you're not really going to need Hotaru for reviving Hell's Dungeon. But she will be useful for something else in the game for sure. Actually, a couple other things, depending on how you look at it. But I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed that she's a purple defensive. You know, we probably want some other type or color. But, you know, it is what it is, guys. This is what they gave us. But she does have this leadership, increased purple element fighter attack by 40% and HP by 12%, which is really good for purple fighters. And then when you look at her core, she has a strike skill, attack damage increase, which is really good because two of her skills are strike skills. She has the HP increase, the attack increase. She has the chill attack damage increase, which is freaking nice. She got the 20% PG rate increase. This is really good, especially for a character that just has a 5 PG card. And then she deals chill damage equal to 30% of attack to the target every 1 second for 7 seconds upon landing an active skill. So whether you do the 1, the 2, or the 3rd skill, she's going to be doing chill damage on a 10-second cooldown. That's pretty freaking massive. Dot effects are very massive, and this is going to be very useful for Immortal Typhon because she is a purple fighter, so she's going to have the type advantage, and she deals chill, which is crazy. So she is going to be a massive character for that dungeon, and that's really where her usefulness is going to lie as far as in the game other than championship. She also gains super armor for 4 seconds when hit with a blast skill. This is pretty cool on a 12-second cooldown. So when Geese Howard does his 1st or 3rd skill on her, she's going to get super armor for 4 seconds. That's pretty damn cool, which means her skills won't get interrupted. You can maybe go into a guard. You can maybe dodge, get out of the way because you're not being thrown around up in the air because you're going to have your super armor up. Really nice. Very unique. I like it. Then she also has the increased active skill damage dealt to frozen enemies by 40%. So when she freezes an enemy, she's going to deal even more damage. And this is going to be, again, very useful against that Immortal Typhon and against your opponents as well. And then her PvP exclusive recovers power by 5% and decreases the target's power by 5% upon landing a skill on a chill target. Well, all 3 of your skills can do chill damage. So you're going to be recovering power by 5% and decreasing their power by 5% pretty much most of the time. But there is a caveat to this character, and we will talk about that in a little bit. So our first skill freezes the enemy for 2 seconds upon landing a skill, guard included ends. So if they're guarding against this and they don't dodge it, they will get frozen, which is pretty insane, guys. That means she can do a lot of damage to them. It's a nice CC effect. The problem with freeze is that the opponents stay stationary. But against the Immortal Typhon, this is going to be godly. It will be godly in there. She also increased attack by 46% of defense for 7 seconds when using a skill. So a massive self-buffing skill for a defensive character. And when you put the Chaos set on her, that is really going to synergize with this. Now, I wouldn't want to run the Chaos set in Championship because, as you'll see as we go through her skills, she doesn't have Ignore Guard. So what that means is, now she can freeze them, so that's something to keep in mind. She can freeze them if they're guarding. But if this skill misses, all they got to do is guard against her and she won't be doing any damage. She'll build up her PG pretty slow, actually. And that actually hurts her quite a bit. So I think the Ryugo set would probably be the best for her. But some testing will really need to be done. But that's what I'm speculating right now. And then she has gained super armor for 3 seconds when using a skill. This is wonderful. So she's got a super armor skill. She can gain super armor from people doing blast skills to her. Very nice. So 2 ways that she can get super armor, which makes her harder to interrupt her skills, which is great. And then she has the PvP exclusive disable target strike active skills for 3 seconds when a successful skill guard included ends. So when you have these skills that have these closed fists like this, these are strike skills, and she's facing another opponent, she's going to disable them for 3 seconds even if they're guarding against her. So again, they're going to have to dodge in order for this not to take effect. And then she also has a decreased damage received by 80% for 3 seconds on her super armor skill. This is very important because you'll notice in her kit, she has no immunity. She has 0. You know, and Vice, by the way, doesn't have immunity either, but look how good she is. So we're gonna have to see how good Hotaru is going to be in PvP. I don't really know, but I can tell you in PvE against that Mortal Typhon, she's probably going to be godly. Her skills just speak it, to be perfectly honest. And the fact that she's a purple fighter. Then she has the 50% chance to reset the cooldown when using a skill on a 15-second cooldown. So when you use a skill, you got a 50% chance to reset it. You know, you don't have to use another skill to reset it, like Shane's or Zeros. So that's pretty cool. Original Zeros. So it can be used while being attacked. So this is an interrupt skill. And say she has her super armor from a core. Say someone does a blast skill against her. And she does this skill. She'll have her super armor up, and she can do this while she's being attacked. As long as she's in a standing position, she can bounce back. This could be very useful. It's a little situational, but it could be very useful. I mean, that cooldown on the super armor is only 10 seconds, I believe, right? If I might have already forgot. Yeah, it's on 12 seconds. I'm sorry, 12-second cooldown. So that's pretty damn powerful. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. And then she has this nice striker skill that deals chill damage equal to 27% attack to the target every 1 second for 7 seconds while landing a skill. What this means is she's actually going to be really useful for the spider robot because you need chill damage for that damn thing. And you can actually use her, even if you don't level her up, you can use her as a striker against the spider robot, even though it's a game mode a lot of people don't play, including myself. But you can use her as a striker. You don't have to put a Zhang Fei card on that specific character. You could just put a damage, an option card that offers more damage instead of a Zhang Fei card, which is great. So, or if you have a shock damage dealer in Spider Robot and you give them Hotaru's striker ability, then they're going to have chill damage and shock damage all at the same time. So that's actually really good. Now, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and go into Championship. That way we can get a better view of these skills. So I already have in here, and they already put her at level 90. They already have her cores completely unlocked. As far as the card set, I do have a K set on her. It doesn't really matter. I haven't leveled up her 5PG yet at all. But we just want to check out her skills. And this is really nice the way Championship's set up now because you can come in here at any time. And you can actually take a look at these skills if you have the character. So the first thing we want to see is these range attacks. Do they have range attacks? So our first skill does the freeze, and that is a range attack. Now it's a little slow, but I want you to keep in mind something. This attack can also be used to bait your opponent. So if you're doing this skill and they try to dodge forward, you can easily go into another skill and attack them. So this is something to keep in mind whenever you're playing with her. So it doesn't look like a range when you're up close, but when you're far away, it does. Now let's do the second skill. So the second skill knocks them up in the air, which is great. Now I want to do that again. I want to try a little something here. Okay, so her basic actually does an on-the-ground attack. Oh, did you see that, guys? Did you see that? So you can combo, you can use a basic skill when they're in the air. When they're in the air, you can do your basic attack, knock them up in the air, and probably go into another skill. Her third skill knocks them up in the air as well. Now let's see if this thing's a range attack. We'll go all the way back here. Well, I mean, it kind of is. I mean, you don't want to be that far away, obviously. I think maybe about so far, maybe 3-4 character distances. Not bad. And it's a super armor skill, so that's really, really nice. This is the one that decreases damage received by 80%. And then her third skill, let's look at this thing. Whoa. Let's get a little closer and see how that works out. Very short range. Okay, so if she's fairly close to them, so we'll try about right here. Okay, so she will jump over there and get him, but this is an attack that really, like, you kind of see it coming. This is the thing I don't like about it. Whenever she does it, she does a reverse axe kick. She'll do the reverse axe kick, and you got a lot of time to dodge that attack. I don't really like that, and that's her interrupt skill. So that's kind of a bummer. Let's look at her default. Nice, nice, nice. Let's try something here. Let's build up her default again. I completely missed that. Okay, we're going to do the default, but we're going to do it from back here. Yeah, they'll be able to dodge that if you're fairly far away. So you want to be fairly close when you do the default. Okay. Now, we're going to go back here, and we're going to hit her 5 PG. Let's see how this works out. Oh, my God. She does jump her. Now, I want you guys to notice, any of you that are familiar with Hotaru from the original KOF game, they censored this a little bit. The view's a little bit different. They censored that skill a little bit, those little peckers. Nice, man. He's got some nice little combos, though. Very cool. I'm just trying to build up that 5 PG again. Okay. Now, whenever she does this skill, in the original game, this was a little bit different view. You could actually see her face. So they censored this quite a bit, which I think is pretty damn funny that they censored this skill. So, not bad, not bad. We'll have to see how she plays out. She looks like she combos well. She's got nice range attack on her first skill. Decent range on the second skill. The third skill is kind of iffy. I don't like that they can see this coming and they can get away from it. Don't really care for that, but I think it's really going to be more of a skill you want to save and use it to combo with more than anything. The second skill will definitely be more of a clashing skill because it will decrease damage received and it will do chill damage because of her core effect, which is freaking awesome. So we'll take Hotaru into Soul Quest. Go ahead and get a couple rubies. Normal. There we go. Let's check her out. I mean, she looks like a pretty decent character, but I really think she's just designed and built for Immortal Typhon. That doesn't mean I don't think she's going to be good in PvP. I don't know. You need to test characters before you can really come to an assumption. But she doesn't have Ignore Guard. She does have the freeze. But I really wish she had a skill with Ignore Guard. I really do. Dead. Not bad. Pretty easy. But she's going to have a lot of power. I mean, especially with the Kea set. If you're running with a Kea set on this girl, she's going to have a lot of power, especially with that self buff from her skill 1. That's going to synergize really well with that Kea set. But I don't know. I think, if you're going to utilize her in Championship, you're probably going to have to find a way to utilize that freeze. But the thing about freeze is it's not like stun, where you can knock them up in the air and throw them around. Those stuns are just a little bit, in a way, better that way. But, I mean, some of you that know Kula, how good she is, when you freeze a character, you can just start pouring in your combos and build up your PG. So we'll see how it works out for her. Oh, yeah. There we go. I mean, if you have a Ryugo set on her and you do that second skill and you're able to knock them up in the air, you can start going into your combos. You saw how we did the second skill, then we did a basic, and then we did the third skill, and then you could probably do a basic again, then you could probably do a freeze. I mean, she looks like she's got good combo potential, but the freeze, in a way, kind of interrupts it. So sometimes you just don't know how characters are going to play out until you actually play them in Championship. But I do think she looks good. She does look like a quality character, but if you're a player that's already has the other three defensive characters, then you're really not going to need her except for Immortal Typhon. I mean, really where she's going to shine, and then her striker ability is going to be good for Spider Robot. But the thing is, she showed up in the game whenever there's a collab going on. And this is kind of the thing. You know, I was in a situation where I was only one summon away from the pity to get the girl. So I went ahead and did it. No big deal. I did a free summon and I got her. Same with her card. Free summon for a card to the pity and I got the card. But for a lot of players, they're really trying to conserve these rubies so they can get these damn collab characters. And you only have 11 days left of this. So my advice to all of you is save your rubies for the 7 Nights collab. This is only going to be going on for 11 more days, and these characters are proving to be extremely valuable in the game. They are massive because they got free imprint. All of us got free imprint stones that, when maxed out, can give these characters 60% extra attack. That is freaking nuts. So their CP just goes through the roof, and they're just damn strong characters to begin with. Hotaru isn't going anywhere. She's going to be in the game forever. She is an original character. She's going to be in this game forever. She's not going anywhere. So unless you're all the way to the pity like what I was, then yeah, sure, go ahead and get her. But if not, if you're halfway through or you're just starting out in this banner, don't go for her. Go for your collab characters. Conserve your rubies and try to go for them because they are once in a lifetime characters. Hotaru isn't going anywhere. But, I mean, if you want, and this is not something I would advise at all, you could buy Hotaru. She is in the shop. They do offer this deal. Personally, guys, I think, yeah, you get a 5 PG card, you get her. You're going to be able to level her up, and you do get an imprint stone. But personally, I just think it's a bit steep, you know, and this is coming from somebody that spends a lot of money in the game. I wouldn't buy this personally. If you want to, that's your choice, but I wouldn't. I don't think that Hotaru's really worth doing that for because, like I said, we already have 3 purple defensive fighters in the game. If you're already developing them and you're setting them up for Reviving Hell's Dungeon, there's really no point to even do this, to spend $80 to do this. There's no point in doing this, or $80 for this here to get a memory for her. I mean, yeah, you'll get 4,600 rubies. I wouldn't do this either, to be perfectly honest, guys. Unless, but of course, if you love the character and you want to spend $80, go for it. But I would not advise this. I wouldn't do it. So I think Hotaru looks like a quality character. She looks like a damn fun character. I do like her. But unfortunately for her, and really for a lot of the fans of her, I really think you're better off just saving your rubies and going for the 7 Nights collab. So let me know what y'all think about Hotaru, and whether or not you should go for the collab over her currently. So as always, let me know what character you've gotten, what cards you've gotten, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.